So that's drama, features. As I said, we've launched our arts documentary feature fund. It's closed now. It just closed a couple of weeks ago. But it's a joint initiative with the ABC, with ABC Arts. So, and the idea is that we'll kick in 100K and the ABC will kick in 150K licence fee, and obviously the producers have to go and find finance elsewhere as well, but to produce a high-end arts feature that'll hopefully launch the film festival next year, Sydney Film Festival. On top of other normal production finance, we also have the Regional Filming Fund. So this is actually, you can apply to this and at any time. Often producers will apply for the Regional Film Fund and apply for production finance as well. They can. It's not double dipping, you can apply for both. The Regional Film Fund will only fund up to $100,000 for your project. You have to be filming in a regional area. I think the minimum's 5 days shooting in a regional area. But you can apply for that. And it can go towards the costs of location fees, your crews, travel and comm, all the kind of below the line costs. But you can apply for that at any time as well. We've also got the Emerging Filmmakers Fund. We're just actually looking at that at the moment, and we're planning a new one for this year. And so watch this space. There'll be more info coming out about it. We're just going to launch it in the next couple of months. But it's it's for short films. So emerging filmmakers, yeah. Because at the moment we have no mechanism for funding short films, and we want to. So, because I think short films are really, they're the calling card for directors and emerging directors, and you have to make a few good short films before people will actually, take you seriously about a feature. As you said about David Michaud. We've also got time-critical shooting. This is another little pot of money you can access. Usually it's if someone's dying and you want to film them, hence time-critical. But it can be for other things as well. You can apply for up to $10,000. So this is usually, if you're in development, if you're developing something and all of a sudden you have to go and shoot something in Venice that is really important for your project, you can apply to us and we might give you some money to go and do that. Or if someone's dying and you have to get them on tape, then we might give you some money to do that. So yeah, but it's not production. It's not a kind of side door for production. It's actually for someone who's in development. Gender. So I don't know if any of you all know, but there's obviously Screen Australia Gender Matters. We, before Screen Australia did that, not to knock them out, but we're competitive as well. We launched our gender target, so 50-50 by 2020, meaning we want to see the dearth of female creatives. We want to help them on their career path, and we've stepped up that now actually with a kind of bigger push, and just announced last week actually that all TV drama series that come to us now must have a female key creative or we won't fund it. So that's for TV drama. So in order to receive development or production, they must have one female key creative in the team.
Does that include a writer?
Can be a writer, yeah. So key creative, so in the broader sense. But we take it really seriously, the kind of gender equity issue, and I think it's great that there's now a lot of the agencies are looking at that, and I've had great feedback from producers. Actually, I don't think I've had anyone who has been negative about it, and I think it's a really positive sign. Actually, I was down at 37 South last week in Melbourne. Nita was there, and I had a meeting with the producer, a very established, well-known white male producer, and we had a meeting. He was talking to me about a really exciting project, and he pulled out of his bag, which I thought was brilliant, his diversity credentials, where he listed all the projects that have had women, Indigenous. He said, I've done my diversity credentials, I've done my audit, and he gave it to me. And I thought, that's really impressive. So I think everyone should be doing that now, actually. So it's really important to us. Yeah, I know, exactly. Yeah. I was looking to see, did you? Yeah, but it was just good that everyone's starting to think about it and actually treat it seriously, and I think that's what's important. It's a conversation. So for us, it's about what's next in terms of diversity. And I'm just going to read a little bit because this is not all my area. Grania Brunston, who's the head of strategy and industry development, has been leading the push within Screen New South Wales for gender diversity and also just diversity in general. And her department actually funds a lot of these programs. And we work with them to actually, because we do internships where you can get attachments. Like, for example, on Habib's, Helen Dallimore, who's one of the actors, for this series, she's come on board as a writer as well. And she did that because we actually did a paid internship for her as a writer with Jungle. And then now she's actually got a gig as a co-writer on Habib's, which is great. So it's about identifying talent and helping them actually further develop. So there's actors that want to become producers, there's people who have never worked in the industry but have, you know, maybe authors who want to become in the writer's room. So, you know, it's about actually helping those people along their way. So to build capacity, we supported 15 industry initiatives across this year with over 100,000 from Screen New South Wales to pay for those attachments. And that's mainly for women. They were all female gender attachments. In the producers, directors, writers, but also kind of strategic area, kind of attachments into male-dominated areas like the camera department and the sound department, in unscripted shows as well. So a lot of those initiatives, we actually did an initiative with Afters and Screen and Women New South Wales. They also came on board, and the Executive Women's Television Group, which I was part of when I was at the ABC, which is basically a group of women who have high-profile positions across Foxtel, Channel 7, Fremantle, Shine, a lot of the production companies, and we all just came together and thought, okay, what can we do to help women in our industry in terms of the camera and sound roles? So we got Screen New South Wales on board, so they're on board, and actually ended up now these women have got paid attachments on some of the big shows, which is really great. But gender is not the only area that we want to look at equal opportunity. I think we need to kind of look at it more broadly as well. So now there's initiatives around disability, which we're supporting, and also we're going to pay 8 internships to be attached on Cleverman too, across a range of roles, and they're all Indigenous attachments. And Screen Australia are coming on board for those as well. So the last initiative I'm just going to talk about just briefly, it's just in the diversity space. It's this development initiative also with the ABC that we are doing with Jungle. It's called, working title, Islam I Am. But basically we're looking at story, you know, it's a 6 half-hour factual series. It's in development at the moment. We did a big kind of call out and development day with Muslim program makers out at ICE, which is in Western Sydney. So we're looking for authentic Muslim stories by Muslim program makers for a series for the ABC, in which Jungle will kind of come on board as the producer for that. So that's one development initiative we're doing. So we're looking to do more of these kind of initiatives as well. And lastly, this is not my area, but I just thought I'd tell you about it because you might be interested in it. We've basically set up an LA hub for New South Wales-based practitioners in Los Angeles, in Charlie Chaplin's old apartment on a lot. And Screen New South Wales have paid, and I think Screen Queensland have also done it, and Afters, where we've kind of funded the rental of it for producers to go there. So you can book it online. If you've got a suite of meetings you want to do in LA and you need a really good workspace, it's beautifully designed, have a look at it. There's some photos on the internet, on the web. And it's really great. But if you need somewhere to have meetings and to actually do some work, it's for writers, it's for directors, it's producers, you can actually book it and go there and stay there. Obviously, you need to apply for it. But it's a great little thing, and it's in conjunction with Australians in Film, who have been really amazing. It's at the old Raleigh Studios, but it is Charlie Chaplin's old apartment, which I think is really exciting. Okay, that's it from me. Thanks.